All right, all right, all right. Marching on together, faithful. Gather round, because what I'm about to drop on you is absolutely massive for our beloved Leeds United. You think you know what's coming this Saturday? You think you're ready for what's about to go down at the sacred fortress of Elland Road? Think again. We've got historical records hanging in the balance that could either cement our legacy or haunt us forever. We've got a tactical mastermind making decisions that have everyone talking. And we've got transfer whispers that could transform our entire midfield setup. Picture this, a fortress that hasn't fallen in over a year, facing the one team that seems to have cracked the code. A striker who once absolutely destroyed our weekend opponents, now wearing our sacred white. And a potential January signing that follows the exact blueprint of our most successful summer edition. Can you feel the electricity? Can you sense what's brewing in West Yorkshire? But here's where it gets spicy, my friends. While we're sitting pretty with that fortress mentality at home, over a full year unbeaten in league matches at Elland Road, there's a dark cloud hovering over LS11. Our visitors this weekend have a very specific record against us that would make any true white squirm in there. Smash that like button right now if you're ready for this roller coaster. Drop a comment telling me you're here for every second of this. And subscribe because you do not want to miss what's coming next. The question burning in everyone's mind, can our fortress withstand the team that's demolished us twice in a row? Can our manager's tactical genius overcome the weight of recent history? And will our recruitment team pull off another masterstroke that mirrors our summer success? Buckle up, White's Army, because what's about to unfold could define our entire season. Okay, White's Army, we need to talk about the brutal truth that's staring us right in the face this Saturday lunchtime. You know that fortress I mentioned? That 383-day unbeaten run at Elland Road in league fixtures? That incredible record of losing just 3 of the last 49 home league games under Daniel Farke? Yeah, well, there's one team that seems to have our number, and they're rolling into West Yorkshire on Saturday with a chance to make history. And not the good kind for us. Tottenham Hotspur have won their last TWO league visits to Elland Road, and if they make it 3 in a row, they'll achieve something they've never done in their entire history against Leeds. We're talking about 103 competitive meetings between these two clubs, and Spurs have never won 3 consecutive away league games at our ground. Never, but wait, it gets worse. So much worse, my friends, those 2 recent visits. They weren't just wins, they were demolitions. We shipped for goals in both games. 4-0 in Marcelo Bielsa's last match in charge. A day that still haunts every single one of us, and then 4-1 in our final game of the 2020-23 season before we got relegated. The memories are painful, the scars are still fresh. And here's the record that's making my blood run cold. No side has ever scored for goals in 3 consecutive away league matches at Elland Road, ever, in our entire history. If Spurs turn up on Saturday and put another 4 past us, they'll be the first team to achieve that unwanted piece of trivia at our sacred home. Can you imagine? The fortress that's been impenetrable for over a year could become the setting for Tottenham to break not 1, but TWO historic records against us. Now, here's where it gets even more intense. We've drawn our last 2 Premier League home games, and if we draw again on Saturday, that's 3 in a row at Elland Road. We haven't done that since September 2023, and before that, you have to go all the way back to August 1997 under George Graham, who managed both Spurs and Arsenal. Talk about irony, when we had a run of 5 draws in a row at home. But Daniel Farke, the man has receipts against Tottenham's boss. Our German gaffer has a great record against Thomas Frank, with 3 wins and 2 draws. Frank himself came out and called Farke one of the best managers around, showing massive respect for what our gaffer has built here. The mind games are already in full swing, but come Saturday at 12:30 p.m. with the TNT Sports cameras rolling, all that friendliness goes out the window. Chris Sutton has given his verdict. Ally McCoist is bullish about our chances, and Alan Shearer thinks we'll grab a draw. The pundits are split, the tension is building, and meanwhile, we're sitting 12th in the Premier League table with 8 points, while Spurs are 4th with 11 points. But here's the beautiful thing, a win puts us level with them. 4th place versus 12th place sounds scary on paper, but the Premier League table doesn't lie. We're only 3 points behind them. Liverpool are running away at the top with 15 points, Arsenal are second with 13. And then it's a whole cluster of teams including us fighting for those European spots. Farke has a brilliant record against Spurs in general, But this will be his first time facing them in charge of Leeds. The pressure is on. The stakes couldn't be higher. The stage is set for the most crucial 90 minutes of our season so far. But there's controversy brewing around our number 9. Right, let's talk about the elephant in the room, Dominic Calvert-Lewin and the Brave. Controversial decisions that Daniel Farke is making with our number 9. Now, remember I told you about that striker who once destroyed Spurs? Yeah, that's DCL himself. The man obliterated Tottenham the last time he faced them. And now he's wearing the sacred white of Leeds United, carrying the number 9 shirt with all the expectation that comes with it. But here's where things get interesting. Against Bournemouth last weekend, Farke made a substitution that had absolutely everyone scratching their heads. Picture this, 89 minutes on the clock, the game hanging in the balance, and our gaffer pulls off Calvert-Lewin moments before a defensive set piece. What happened next? The Cherries scored. The timing couldn't have been worse, and the Whites faithful were furious. Now, DCL stands at a towering 6'3". He's an absolute monster in the air. Defending set pieces is literally one of his superpowers. And yet Farke yanked him off right when we needed that aerial dominance most. The questions came flooding in. What was he thinking? Why take off our best defensive header right before they're launching balls into our box? But here's what Farke said, and I want you to really listen to this. Our German tactician doubled down, absolutely refused to back down from his decision. He explained that bringing on Lucas Mecha would help everyone refocus and regroup for that one crucial defensive moment. Bold, absolutely. Controversial, you bet. But that's the kind of manager we have. Someone who backs his tactical instincts even when the world is questioning him. Now let's talk about what Calvert-Lewin is actually giving us. Because it's not all about the goal column, fam. Sure, he's only scored once in the Premier League so far for Leeds. But his impact goes far beyond that single goal against Wolves, a goal that actually set records. By the way, the man is our highest paid player, and he's doing the dirty work that doesn't always show up on the stat sheet. He's pinning defenses. He's linking our attacks. He's an outlet for direct balls that get our entire team up the pitch. Andoni Iraola said Calvert-Lewin wreaked havoc against Bournemouth even without scoring. But here's the kicker. Only the players in the entire Premier League have missed more big chances than our number 9. He's tied with Antoine Semenyo on for missed big chances, with only Jean-Philippe Mateta and Erling Haaland ahead of him. You know what that tells me? The chances are coming, but maybe we're not creating the right type of chances for a player of his profile. DCL thrives on cutbacks from the byline. He lives for balls whipped across the 6-yard box where he can attack with that magnificent head of his. But Leeds, we're rarely getting to the byline. We're playing to some of his strengths with those direct passes, but we're leaving goals on the table. The man chose Leeds over other offers. He's getting sharper with every game. 89 minutes against both Wolves and Bournemouth shows his fitness is building. After playing nitrogen monoxide preseason games for either Leeds or Everton, he came off the bench against both Sheffield Wednesday and Newcastle, before getting his first start away to Fulham. Now the sharpness is returning. Are we getting the absolute maximum out of our record signing? That's the question heading into the Spurs clash. And speaking of maximizing our squad, there's brilliant business that could be on the horizon. Now, White's faithful, let me tell you about the masterstroke that could be brewing behind the scenes at Thorpe Arch. Remember when we signed Sean Longstaff from Newcastle this summer? Remember how everyone thought he was just another squad player, unfancied at St. James Park? Well, that man has been absolutely sensational for us. He's brought fresh energy, Premier League experience, and he's been one of our best players this entire campaign. Now, our recruitment team are reportedly eyeing up another Premier League proven midfielder who's currently out of favor at his club. And this one could be even bigger. James Ward-Prowse, the name that makes every Leeds fan's eyes light up. The West Ham midfielder is currently being frozen out by New Hammer's boss Nuno Espirito Santo, left out of the manager's first squad, and reports suggest he'll be available for transfer in January. And guess what? Our very own Phil Hay, the most reliable voice in Leeds journalism, has previously mentioned Ward-Prowse as a possible option for us via The Athletic. Can you imagine? James Ward-Prowse in Leeds white. The man has 409 Premier League appearances under his belt. He's scored 57 goals from midfield. And here's the kicker that has me absolutely giddy. 17 free kick goals. 17! When's the last time we had a genuine dead ball specialist like that at Elland Road? The man is a technical wizard on the ball, his set-piece delivery is world-class, and his experience at Premier League level is exactly what we need. Picture this midfield: White's Army, Longstaff, Anton Stach, Ethan Ampadu, Avanaka, and now potentially Ward-Prowse. That's not just depth, that's elite competition for places. The blueprint is crystal clear. Find Premier League proven players who are out of favor at their current clubs. Players who still have something to prove. Players who can come to Elland Road and reinvigorate their careers while elevating our team to the next level. It worked with Longstaff. It could work even better with Ward-Prowse. Sure, he's had a tough spell at West Ham, but that's exactly the profile we want. A player with a point to prove. A player who remembers what it's like to be crucial. A player who can bring that different dimension to our play. His free kick ability alone would add a weapon we simply don't have right now. Breaking into this midfield won't be easy. There's no free ride at Elland Road under Favre, but that's exactly the kind of competition that raises everyone's level. Ward-Prowse would have to earn his spot just like everyone else, and that hunger, that desire to prove the doubters wrong, that's what makes players shine in Leeds White. The January window is still months away, but the pieces are falling into place. Our recruitment team knows what they're doing, and if they can pull off another miracle with Ward-Prowse, we're not just competing for European spots, we're talking about genuine top 6 credentials. Hit that subscribe button if you believe in this team. Smash the like button if you're ready to back the boys. And drop a comment telling me your score prediction for Saturday. Here's my question for you. After everything we've been through, after the heartbreak of those 4-goal thrashings, after clawing our way back to the Premier League, are you ready to witness Leeds United make a statement that echoes across English football? Are you ready to see our fortress stand unbreakable once more? Marching on together, White's Army. Mott.